Well, here is an extra big Cabela's dehydrator. Isn't it awesome? That is the unit of units. You know, I love my Excalibur when I had it, and don't have it anymore. But when we were on the grid, I had Excalibur, but this one takes the cake. And then I want to show you another dehydrator here. Do you recognize this? This is an old Harvest Made. That actually is now Excalibur, I believe. So I'm here at my friend's, and I'm showcasing these dehydrators because I want to talk about dehydrating. And this is really important. Right now, while we have electricity, that's great. You can use your dehydrator. You use it away. You've got your berries coming in, you've got your vegetables coming in. You can go foraging, use your dehydrator. But this is the thing that we are missing. And I was talking to my friend the other day about this. One day, we're not going to have electricity. One day, we are going to be forced into standing there and nothing's going to be working, including that dehydrator. How are you going to dehydrate your food when all your spoils and your harvest starts coming in? You don't have access to the freezer anymore. That's done and over with. You can can your food, which is what I advocate. Canning is number one. But you don't want to can all your food. It would be nice if you could dehydrate, especially your herbs, and you can continue with all of that. So what do? Well, this is what I advocate. Well, it is the middle of summer. While we are foraging and we're gathering our harvest, instead of sticking everything into your Excalibur, instead of sticking everything into your Cabela's dehydrator, what you need to do is start experimenting with dehydrating using your car or using screens, building yourself an outdoor dehydrator, learning how to use the wind, learning how to use the sun. And you need to start experimenting. What you are doing then is teaching yourself how to be prepared. Because I tell you what, when the lights go off and you're like, oh, I'll just dehydrate outside now. Okay. You think it's really easy? It just, unless you practice that skill, it's just not going to happen. It's like with people who move off the grid, who watched all the videos and read all the books, and then now they're off grid and they're living and they're finding out that it's not what they thought it was. Hauling wood every day isn't as fun as they thought it was. They're finding out they don't have enough wood, or maybe they moved to an area where there's too much snow and now they don't have the proper equipment. And there's all these things they didn't think about because you know what? You can't practice off-grid living. It's not practice. You don't move off the grid and practice it. You have to have these skills and that knowledge and that wisdom before. And it's the same thing with if the EMP strikes, if we lose electricity, you need to have these skills beforehand. So that's why it is really important. This is why I'm kind of preaching this right now. You need to start utilizing and practicing these skills. Practical, hands-on application so you understand what works and what doesn't work with dehydrating. What foods are easier? What foods take longer? What foods have too much moisture in and might fail? What is it like to use your car? How hot does it need to be? Can you dehydrate in your area if there's a lot of moisture? Do you have enough sun and wind flow to dehydrate in the region that you're living? You understand what I'm saying? You have to practice these skills now before the lights go off. Do not become reliant on your Excaliburs and all your electrical appliances. What we're trying to teach here is learning how to do without electricity. And again, it's great to keep prepping with those things. If they're available, keep prepping with those things. But now is the time to learn an off-grid skill of dehydrating. Build your outdoor dehydrator. Get some screens at the recycling center. Go to Home Depot and buy some screen material and some wood and build some 3 tiers. Buy yourself a clothes rack like I did and put screens on it and experiment. Just experiment. Experiment with your car. Make some fruit roll-ups and see how successful it is using your car to dehydrate it. It will be fun. It is something you can get the family involved in. But again, I'm I'm trying to teach practical hands-on knowledge. Just because you read it and watched it on YouTube doesn't mean you know how to do it and it's going to be successfully applied. Now's the time to get your hands in there. All right. God bless you, friends. And it's exciting to kind of teach what I know again. All right. We'll talk.